Tattoos are part of a healing journey for people. It's part of the process that they're going through. They might feel healed emotionally and internally, but they're still reminded of this dark time in their life constantly. I'm more invested in this because I've also used it as a coping mechanism in the past. I like the way that I look with tattoos. I feel better about myself. And I think a lot of people feel that way as well, and that's why they come to me to have them covered up. I think it's part of their journey for healing to be able to have something beautiful to look at.
Hi!
How are you? Good, how are you?
Good. The tattoo I'm getting today is a snake with some flowers in the background. It's perfect. Aside from the fact that I have a pet snake, I was speaking with a friend who, brought up the fact that snakes, they shed their skin, and in a way, this would be me shedding my old skin for something new. Super cool. And pretty, too. Like, it's pretty.
Tell me a little bit about how you got these scars.
So when I was younger, I had a lot of anxiety and OCD. When I was about 15 years old, I had a friend come up to me and tell me that she cut herself. I liken it to, you're a sponge and you fill up to a point where you're heavy and you can't move or anything, and the initial cut was like squeezing the sponge and the release. That became my outlet. So whenever I was experiencing pain or I was depressed or anxious or anything that came along that was a problem, that was my go-to for
coping mechanism.
Yeah, that's how I coped, and that's how I got through things, because I didn't have medication, I didn't have a therapist. It begins to stop working, and it becomes more of a problem than it does a solution. What was that real pivotal moment that changed things for me? And it was definitely the birth of my son. I have an incredible support group, like with my family. I'm very open about my story and my struggles, so if I'm having a hard day, I know who to go to talk to about it.
Well, how do you feel about your scars now?
I struggle with them because they're not who I am anymore. So, especially because people tend to judge you by the way you look, whether they think they do or not. Who I am on the inside is not who I appear to be on the outside anymore.
I've had clients tell me that the pain of tattooing is similar to the pain of cutting. So there is a similarity, but I think the main difference is that it's a positive experience. It's not a lonesome experience, it's a community experience oftentimes, like people are bringing friends or family, or they're with me and opening up. We all have way more in common than you think, and I think if people really knew that, they maybe wouldn't feel so alone. And wouldn't go towards self-harm as a coping mechanism, because I definitely think it has to do with feeling like overwhelmed and alone in whatever situation or trauma that you're going through. My favorite part of the whole process is the big reveal, when they get to see this beautiful thing that they chose to have on their bodies and to wear with pride rather than shame. I love you.